If you've spent any time at all in the fitness corners of the internet, you have definitely seen this. Bodybuilders, influencers, and even the absolute legends from the golden era all swearing by one thing: eating an insane number of eggs. So today, we are cracking open the 10 egg a day challenge. Is this a legit superfood strategy, or is it just some outdated bro science?
Okay, let's just get right into it. The whole debate, all of it, really boils down to this one simple question. Is eating this many eggs a powerful health hack for building muscle and burning fat, or is it a one-way ticket to a heart attack? We're going to break down the science and the real-world results to find out for sure.
And it all comes back to this number, 10. It just sounds extreme, doesn't it? It's kind of absurd when you think about it. And yet, this is the number at the very heart of countless 30-day challenges and fitness transformations that you see all over social media. So what's the logic here? So first things first, let's define exactly what we're talking about. This isn't just a big breakfast. It's a very specific dietary plan with a very clear goal in mind. The challenge itself is pretty simple. You eat 10 whole eggs every single day. The reason people do it is to rapidly boost muscle gain and speed up fat loss. And believe it or not, this is not some new fad. Bodybuilding icons like Arnold Schwarzenegger were rumored to be putting away 10, even 15 eggs a day to build those legendary physiques. So what is the big appeal? Why eggs? To really understand the hype, we have to look at what's actually packed inside that shell. And let me tell you, it's pretty impressive. A single large egg is it's incredibly nutrient dense. It's basically nature's multivitamin. You're getting about 6 grams of complete protein. That means all the essential amino acids your body needs. You also get 5 grams of healthy fats, a whole bunch of vitamins like A, D, E, and B12, crucial minerals, and a massive dose of something called choline, which is absolutely vital for your brain health.
And this is where it gets kind of wild. When you scale that up to 10 eggs, look at these numbers. You're getting around 750 extra calories, a whopping 60 grams of high-quality protein, and almost 1,500 milligrams of that brain-boosting choline. Now, for anyone who's hitting the gym hard, getting 60 grams of protein from one food source, well, that is a massive shortcut to hitting your daily goals.
And the belief in the power of eggs, it just runs so deep in bodybuilding culture. The legendary trainer Vince Gironda, they called him the Iron Guru. He famously had his clients on diets of up to 36 eggs a day. He called it a steroid replacement because the theory was that all that cholesterol and healthy fat gave the body the raw materials it needed to naturally produce more anabolic hormones, like testosterone. That's the lore, the legend, that gives this challenge its real staying power. But of course, there's no way we can talk about eating 10 eggs a day without addressing the elephant in the room. You know what I'm talking about, that single biggest fear that stops almost everyone in their tracks: cholesterol. Come on, you were probably thinking it, right? It's the immediate reaction most of us have, and honestly, for good reason. For decades, we were all told to fear the egg yolk, that the cholesterol inside would go straight to our blood and clog up our arteries. But has the science on that actually changed? Oh yeah, it absolutely has. The old advice was to cap your dietary cholesterol at 300 milligrams a day. That's barely more than one egg. But the new science, the modern understanding, shows that for most people, the cholesterol you eat has very little effect on the cholesterol levels in your blood. Turns out, the main dietary bad guy for high LDL, that's the bad cholesterol, is actually saturated and trans fats, not the cholesterol you find in whole foods like eggs. And here's the key piece of the puzzle that the old advice totally missed. About 75% of the cholesterol floating around in your body is actually made by your own liver. And your liver is smart. When you eat more cholesterol from food, your liver just produces less to keep everything in balance. It's a self-regulating system. Okay, so the science says it's probably not a huge risk for most active people, but what actually happens to your body when you do this? Let's look at the results people have actually reported. So the folks who do this challenge, they report some serious gains: more muscle, better strength in the gym, and surprisingly enhanced fat loss. That's mostly because eggs are so filling that they just kill your cravings. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The pains are real too. We're talking digestive issues like bloating, the real cost of buying 70 eggs a week, and of course the risk of gaining fat if you're not training hard enough to actually use all those calories. So who is this actually for? Well, it's a strategy that's really best suited for a very specific type of person.
someone who's training intensely, like a bodybuilder in a bulking phase or an athlete trying to cut down. If you have really high protein needs and a very active lifestyle, it can definitely work. But it is absolutely not for someone with a sedentary desk job. All right, so let's say you fit that profile and you're curious. You can't just jump in and start chowing down on a dozen eggs tomorrow. There's a smart way to do this, and a pretty reckless way. So let's walk through the safe playbook. Okay, to do this right, you've got to follow 4 critical steps. First, start slow. Don't jump from 1 egg to 10 overnight. Work your way up. Second, balance your plate. Make sure eggs aren't crowding out other essential foods like vegetables for fiber. Third, and this one is non-negotiable, monitor your body. Get blood work done before you start and a few weeks in to see how you personally are responding. And finally, remember this whole thing only works if you're hydrating properly and training hard. So what's the final verdict? Well, the 10 egg a day challenge is a tool, not a golden rule. For the right person, that intense athlete, it can be a really powerful and effective strategy. But for the vast majority of us, just enjoying 3 to 6 eggs a day is going to provide plenty of benefits without any of the extremes. And of course, if you have any pre-existing health conditions, especially anything related to your heart or kidneys, this is one challenge to steer clear of. Ultimately, the whole point of this explainer is to arm you with the data so you can make an informed decision for yourself. We've looked at the nutritional power, we've debunked the biggest myth, and we've laid out a safe approach. So the final question really is for you to answer. Based on your body, your goals, and your lifestyle, does this extreme tool have a place in your toolkit?